person who was always so nice, it was Sabrina Carpenter. And she was so sweet.
Slam the door.
Yeah.
Kidding not. She is the 2024 it girl.
When I was 17, 18, I was like, you hate me. Like, I just want to do this and you won't let me.
Was you actually in the social climbs?
Like, I was obviously all very good friends with them all, but I was like, I don't know if I want to say I am one because you are all like ruin Airbnbs and like chuck stuff about.
Oh my God, the Airbnb
so I
video.
used to be like,
hey guys, welcome to my podcast, Ami Charlize's Private Story with me, Ami Charlize. I'm so excited to have a place where I can share more about my life than ever before, spill some tea with you guys, and also take you along on this crazy ride that is my life. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm a 16-year-old content creator with a passion for all things beauty, fashion, and each week I'm going to be talking about everything from life as a teenager to friendships, relationships, social media, and so much more. And I'm going to be joined by some amazing guests from social media stars to celebrities and even my own family to share their own private story. And I want you guys to get as involved as you can because honestly, I love hearing from you. So get in touch now with your latest stories, dilemmas, and questions for us to work through together in this judgment-free zone. So welcome to my private story. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ami Charlize's Private Story with me, Ami Charlize. Today I've got a guest that I'm fangirling inside about because I think I've literally watched you since I was about 12. But I'm here with Lewys Ball, aka Lookingforlewys.
hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm so good. Honestly, I've been so excited for this ep just to talk to you about everything. Yeah.
Oh,
You are like a living icon. I think everyone in their household names like know about you. Do you know what I mean?
Do not.
No, they do. But for people who wouldn't know who you are, can we have a little introduction?
Yes, my name is Lewys, otherwise known as Looking for Lewys. I've been on YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff for many years now. Pretty much lived 1,000 lives online.
Yeah.
Like I've done anything you can think of. I've had a full glam makeup stage. I've had
Oh my God, I forgot about your makeup.
I've had a singing stage. I've had any online box that could be ticked, I've probably ticked it. So there could be many past lives that you may have seen me on.
Honestly, I just remember your makeup era. And then you sung, I forgot you sung.
Yeah, back in the day, I used to.
Oh my God.
I used to attempt to warble online, and all of them are still online. I probably shouldn't say
That's
that.
good though.
I know. I've never ever privated one of my videos.
I think it's quite funny because when you're older, or even now, you can look back at it and
oh my
just
God,
laugh.
no, 100%. I look back on so many. That's always the thing that I'm so glad that I did it from such a young age, is because I have. As of right now, it's great. God knows in a couple of years or however many years, if I ever need to like do something professionally and there's the world's worst digital footprint out there on me.
Honestly.
But as of right now, I mean, it's probably so narcissistic to say, but I love going back and watching my old stuff.
Do you actually do that?
Yeah,
because
all the
I do that
time.
with mine. Because also, like when you go on holiday and you're like, oh, I want to rewatch it because that's a really good holiday. I just watch my vlogs from it.
Or even like all my old birthdays I have, all my old Christmases, or even like, because I have so many friends who do social media as well, going back and watching their ones and like,
And
I'm
seeing
like,
it from someone else's.
all of a sudden I'm in this video.
Hey guys, I'm back. Honestly, you have lived like 1,200 lives, but what have you been doing recently?
Recently, what have I been doing? Good question. I've been working a lot I've been trying to do some more writing.
Ooh.
And I've also been doing like longer form on YouTube because I feel like the way YouTube goes nowadays.
It's so different.
It's like people on TikTok, you will go on TikTok to watch what you used to watch on YouTube. So it's like nowadays it's like, I know personally for me, when I go to watch a YouTube, I'm like, what's the longest video I can find?
Yeah.
Because then I don't have to change it and then I don't have to think about changing it. Because nowadays, 10 minutes, I used to be able to sit and watch like a run of 10-minute videos, but like there will be like 2 10-minute videos and then all of a sudden I'm like, well, what do I do now?
I do think though my attention span's got so bad.
I know, it's awful.
Like TikTok has made me just want to watch the Get Ready With Me's on there for 3 minutes instead of the long ones that we used to do for half an hour.
Sometimes I do miss the whole... But then I feel like TikTok's turned into what YouTube used to be.
Yeah.
So it's like you can sort of find...
everything on there now.
Exactly.
I do find it crazy though. Like that is just, world's changed so much. I just remember like your old videos and your old group and everything, and I used to just love it all.
I know. I feel like there is so much terrifying information online about me everywhere that I'm just
it's not
like
terrifying.
I'm like,
I think
there's
we've
too
just
much
grown
to
up.
even begin to try and like cover stuff up. So I'm just like, it's all out there now.
It's all out there.
It'll always be on there forever, probably.
Oh wow. So you started doing this 9 years old?
Yes. So I probably started, I was always addicted to social media from such a young age.
So was I.
I just found it so fascinating. And like there used to be on like a social media called Bebo, and you could like design your own profile and like design like your own skins and stuff on it. Like as in like you could put like headers on your profile and like make your profile different colors and put like sparkles on it. And like my older brother and all his friends, I used to like design all theirs and all that kind of stuff from like when I was like 7.
Oh my God.
And then I found out when I was about like 9 about YouTube. And I
jumped on.
Well, I just used to like film things on like my mum's digital camera and just like post it straight. And then I think it was when I was about 12, I found like actual YouTubers, or what you'd classify now as like a YouTubers, like your Zoellas and stuff. And I was like, oh, let me try this. But obviously I was very young and I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I'd like go into my mum's bathroom and just steal all her stuff. And I'd be like, Zoella would post like a March favorite video. So I'd like go and steal anything that I could find from my mum's bathroom and be like, this is my March favorite. So just so I could feel like I was doing the same thing as Zoella.
I love my mum's bath soap so much. Zoella was like the iconic beginning, I think.
Yeah.
But you present a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you've interviewed quite a lot of big celebs, I'm guessing.
A few. I used to do CBBC, which was, so I did that for like 4 years, and it was like the music show. So I used to interview loads of people through that.
So who was your favourite?
Favourite ever.
That you've interviewed?
Over on CBBC, I think this person who was always so nice, and it was like my 3rd episode maybe that I had ever done, so I was still absolutely petrified doing it. It was Sabrina Carpenter, and she was so
Slam
sweet.
The door.
Yeah.
No, she is the 2024 it girl. She's coming in.
And like, because I was so new to it and I was so nervous, I would constantly mess things up, and she'd be like, it's fine, we can do it again. And like she would like, when like it was like some like it was, I mean it was on CBBC, but it wasn't like anything, and she would like retweet the episodes and stuff, and she had like so many followers, and I was just like, so because it was so early on, I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to forget her.
Oh, that really makes my heart happy.
I know,
because like me and my
so
sister are
sweet.
obsessed with her now.
Oh my God, no, she was the loveliest person ever.
She's smashing it.
She was that type of lovely, but like also professional. So she was like, she wasn't like, oh my God, da, 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 da. She was like, no, it's fine, we can do it again and again. Like, so,
and she kind of helped you out. Probably built your confidence as well.
No, she definitely did.
How was it kind of doing like CBBC? I'm guessing that was quite daunting.
It was fun. It was fun until like it was like someone, so you would get quite a range of guests, so it could range from anyone like people who I never have heard of before to like people like Sabrina, like famous singers who I would be like, oh my God. So it was always daunting when like it was one of those. And also we used to record it next to Radio 1, so like all the Radio 1 celebrities like go, like one time David Attenborough walked through and I was like,
oh my God.
So it was like, that was, and then it was like we'd have to pause and like let them through, we'd have to be like, hi. So that was like always the scariest part, but it was fun. And I definitely feel like I feel like, I mean, you've probably found doing this, like from doing YouTube, it's quite like a natural, easy thing because you're used to speaking in front of a camera.
Yeah, it's just crazy though. Like I always think when I go to like shoots and even like podcasts and things like that, it's so different from just being in your room with like that tiny little Sony camera or Canon compared to like when you have like big people behind the cameras telling you what to say. And then I'm like, oh my God, am I going to do this wrong?
Yeah.
But I think with YouTube, like, I've grown so much confidence in the way like now I can just hold convos more than before. I was dreadful. I used to be like, hi.
No, but even like, I feel like I learned so much from YouTube about like being like, I feel like if I was just like plopped straight in front of a camera before doing YouTube and told to speak, I'd be like, hi. And then I'd just be like, what do I say next? But because like I've rambled on like streams of consciousness so much in front of a camera, I can like keep going forever and ever until I get told to stop.
Yeah, God, that's really, really cool.
Yeah, no, it was good fun. And then we did it also through lockdown.
Right.
So then it moved to like Zoom interviews.
Oh my God.
Which was, but so many people like have like awful Wi-Fi. So like trying to speak to people through Zoom, like while also like trying to string sentences and connect things together. It was just like, and all of a sudden they start glitching and then we'd speak over each other. Oh, and I'd be like, you go first. No, you go first.
But I literally, it was that Zoomer where like my connection was awful. So that must have been quite hard.
If I ever had to do Zoom school, I'd be awful. My camera would be off.
Was you naughty at school?
So I wasn't naughty, but I was like, I'd say like the better word is like maybe mischievous.
Right, okay.
I like to talk a lot and talk back and like that kind of thing. But I wasn't like,
I can see you being like quite anything, funny at school.
It was never serious. It was always just like I'm pretty sure always in my report card would be like, Lewis would have so much potential if he just stopped talking.
That is the classic when you're not naughty, but you're kind of like just a chatty one.
I just wasn't interested, so I'd like try and move on to something else. Like,
oh my God,
but I wasn't. I wasn't.
When did you leave school? What year? Do you know? Sorry, I put you on the spot.
2017,
completely.
I think.
17. So you left school before I'd even started school.
Oh my
secondary.
God, that's terrifying.
I started secondary in 2018.
That's terrifying.
Oh, you'd have been a sixth form when I was there. Did you go to sixth form?
Yeah, I did.
So you didn't drop out?
No, I did university as well.
You got a degree, didn't you?
Yeah.
What was the degree in?
Media and communications, specialised in journalism. But I really didn't want to go to university, but my parents were like, listen, because 2017 it was like, YouTubers were a thing, but it wasn't like, social media wasn't what it was now.
It wasn't really
wasn't
as much
big.
of a career, was it?
So they were like, you can do this make-believe job once you have a degree. But you need, and at the time I was like, this is so unfair. I can't believe you're making me do this. And I look back and I'm like, okay, maybe I probably should have done that actually.
Yeah,
Just because I was obviously of legal age to move out and stuff, but mentally I was so immature for my age.
Really?
I would have like literally never done any work. I would have like just like sat in my bed all day. I would have woken up at like 4 p.m. If I had gone straight into doing YouTube with like no
kind of like life skill before,
like middle part of school and YouTube, I would have probably.
I think that's really good though that you're actually owning up to that, because some people will be like, oh, I hated it, my parents made me do that.
Oh my God, no, but when I was 17, 18, I was like, you hate me, like I just want to do this and you won't let me do this.
So your parents were supportive, but they also kind of wanted you to stick to the
and I come from a very academic family. So
do you?
Yeah, like my older brother, he got like 4 A stars at A level. My younger brother got 5 A stars at A level.
Sorry?
Yeah, so I was like the one, like the odd one out. I was like the one who was like, I'm gonna do drama, music, and they were all
no, maths, maths. My sister's the really clever one, and then I've got another one, and we're just kind of like, we're good at like life stuff.
Yeah.
So you have been online forever, and did you do this in school? Like, was you known in school?
Sort of. It wasn't until like sixth form when it was like
okay, so sixth
blowing
form.
up.
Did you ever feel like with people that you couldn't really tell if they were your friend or not in sixth form, in growing up in general?
Sort of, but also, so I did it for like a solid 3 years before it went anywhere.
Right.
And like everybody knew about it. So then when it started to like move places, I was also like on my way out of school, so I was just like, I didn't really care. And it was like got to the point where I was like missing school to go do things.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I'd come back and everyone would be like, oh my God, so what was that? And I was just like, I'm leaving 6 months anyway, so it's like I don't have to stress about like, are you fake, are you this, because I'm probably never going to speak to any of you again in 6 months anyway.
You've had quite a lot of industry friends, which must be nice.
Yeah.
Because I always kind of go back to my industry friends when it comes to like needing someone to almost relate to. So do you like having, I'm guessing you have so many industry friends.
Yeah, oh my God, 100%. And like they're mainly like, they're like my closest friends now.
Yeah.
So like they're not even just like industry or what, like they are my like
not like friends that live
group
ages
circle,
away.
like so. Yeah, but also I feel like it was really good to have that while I was like being 16, 17, 18, because it was like no one else really understood what was going on.
Other than you guys.
Yeah.
Was you actually in the social climbers? Because I was saying this earlier, I was like, I don't know if he was in it or you kind of was in it, wasn't you?
So sort of going back to the CBBC stuff, I would always used to be very wary to like I was obviously all very good friends with them all, but I was like, I don't know if I want to say I am one, because you're all like ruin Airbnbs and like chuck stuff about.
Oh my God, the Airbnb
so I
videos.
used to be like, I don't really want to like claim that I am one, because I don't want that image or that stuff. But I was very good friends with them, and I'm still best friends with Millie and Carmi.
Oh,
yeah.
I love Millie.
I know.
She's so nice. I remember when I met her for the first time, I was like, fangirl moment. I was like, oh my God. Thing is, I feel like for my group of people, we all grew up watching like social climbers. That was kind of our era. I think Zoella was a little bit further back. I think that was maybe my sister's age, like 22, 23-year-olds. Have you had many relationships in the not public eye, but you know what I mean? Through growing up.
So I've only had one relationship that I'm still in, been 2.5 years.
I did not know you had a...
Yeah.
What?
I barely post about it just because he doesn't work in like, he has a full-time job, which isn't like crossing
I think that's
over.
really nice though.
And it's just like, I couldn't think of anything worse, if I'm quite honest, than like making like any sort of form of content with someone who like doesn't want to organically do it.
No.
Like trying to be like, please just film this TikTok, and they're like,
just
no.
feels weird.
It's just like, and then it's just like, oh God. So I've always, not that I've even kept it private, because like, it's very easy to find out who it is, or like we've posted like in Instagram dumps or like a random TikTok or stuff, but like it would never be like a sit down, let's
Here's
record.
my boyfriend, boyfriend Q&A.
Because I find like if you wouldn't wanted to go like the complete opposite extreme of, then it's just like people start prying too much. People start like trying to like dig things out. Whereas like if you're just like, this is the person, if you can connect the dots, great. If you can't, then move on.
But I mean, even in the social climbers, there was so much relationship problems. That you probably had to just be like, that probably made you not want to have that online though, probably. I think that would put me off because I was in a relationship when I was quite young and posted it all over TikTok and stuff. And then after the breakup, you kind of realise that actually I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I know you didn't have it yourself, but you'd seen it through other people and probably thought, no.
And I feel like the worst thing would be to get in a relationship with someone who does like exact parallel thing, like the exact same thing.
Do you think?
Whereas like,
some people are like, I want an industry boy so we can relate, but then some people are like, no, actually I want someone that's completely different. Did he know who you was before?
Probably, but like not like
fully fanboy behaviour.
I think like he had heard of me, but wasn't like sitting down every week to watch YouTube.com/Looking for Lewys. But it's nice because we have similar interests, and he works sort of in like a similar field, but on like the other side of things. Right, so that we still have all the same interests, but it's not like
the same job. Which I think is quite nice, to be honest. So with like the social climbers, that was like 3 years, if that, probably even longer. You guys were doing that for ages. Did anything like what's happening now? Because you're all just like separated. Yeah.
So I don't really know what most of them do. I feel like I've unfollowed a few of them. Probably.
Have you actually?
I'm still very like best friends with Millie and Carmi.
Yeah.
Hang out with them all the time. They do Snapchat full time now.
I know. Carmi comes up on my little bottom bit, you know, like the explore page. All the time I'm like blooming out. How many stories am I tapping through?
They're always like, you need to do it. And I'm like, so I went on a holiday with them and I did it for like 10, I think we went on holiday for 2 weeks, so I did it for like 10 days straight. And I was like, this is great. But it was because I was like with them, and they're like, their whole entire day is like about Snapchat.
Really?
So it's like, wake up, that's why, because they're constantly on holiday, but it's because there's nothing to Snapchat at home. So I was like, okay, I can do this. And then I went home and I was like, that was easy. Like I did it with them. And then I got home and I was like, wait, I don't do anything like interesting. Like I can't do that.
Crazy. They just do Snapchat now.
Yeah. But they're so, like, it sounds so dumb to say because it's like, how can you be good at Snapchat? But they're so good at it.
Oh my God, like, their little clickbait things really catch me out.
Oh my God, but not even that. I have so many. So I'm sure you've probably heard like Millie lost her passport.
Yeah.
And I have so many of my friends who like would have no idea who Millie was. And they were like, oh my God, I saw your friend Millie on Snapchat. She lost her passport. And I'm like, how do you even know who Millie is? Like,
my mum actually saw that as well, because she was like, did you see Millie T lost her passport? It's like, did she? I mean, like, my mum is so in.
Whereas it's like, if she just posted that on YouTube or Instagram,
only her followers would see it. But I think you've been in a very big YouTube group. You was also in a smaller one, wasn't you, for a while? And that didn't go well by the end. But I mean, you're still friends with both of them, which is nice.
Yeah.
I love that, because with friendship groups, when there's a 3 of you as well, it must be hard.
Yeah.
Because it's always that someone gets left out, someone gets this. But you've done really well to keep friendly with both of them.
Yeah.
Which I like.
I'm sure you have like a wider net of like loads of people like who do TikTok.
But there's not many people my age that do it.
Really?
16. I don't know that many.
I guess maybe, we were like 16 to 18.
Yeah.
So like people started popping up around 16, 17, 18.
Which I'm really excited for. I can't wait for there to be more influencers that I can kind of get my
I feel like it's like when you sort of get to the age where it's like you can start sort of going to things on your own and all that kind of stuff, and like or even like, so it's like less.
I mean, we were talking about Tallulah.
Yeah.
She's quite a good friend of mine. I literally love Tallulah. But there's like a few girls. I definitely would say like I have got a group. And when I was growing up, do you know like Dad v Girls?
Oh yeah.
Grace, me and her are quite close friends. So I always had like them growing up. But I would say there's not that many. Like, I mean, the group that you guys had compared to ours was like minuscule. Yeah. Like, I think we actually copied Social Climbers and tried to make like it was called UK Youngers because we were youngers.
So funny.
But no, I think, do you remember when like there was all these different houses?
Yeah.
Social Climbers were the OGs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think Sidemen and Social Climbers were like the first people.
And it's so funny. Well, I mean, I wasn't part of it, but
you didn't live there, did you?
No. But they tried so many times to start like a group sort of channel or a group sort of thing, but they were sort of like what I was saying earlier about how I was like had no idea about a work ethic when I was like 18. They were the same. So they would like try and do it, and they'd film one video, and then they would be like, we can't just post one video. And then it would be like, well, I'm going here now, I'm going that. And they were all just like had no attention span and no like, and it all just fell apart so quickly. And they always say to me, they're like, oh, we actually tried, but it could have been so much more.
Do you know what? I always do think there could have been so much more. That was like OG life. Like, I want to have more vlogs. Can we have a reunion?
I know.
Can you organise it, please?
God, I feel like that would be
Airbnb vlog
so
one last time.
if it was.
I'll be so excited. Right, let's play a game.
Okay.
Because I feel like we've done a lot of questions. Picnic. Lewys, you're very known for your opinionated gala outfits, and I love it. I literally can sit and watch your videos all day of just you being like, I don't like that, I like that. So the first one, if you guys haven't like seen this podcast before, basically, would you picnic, favourite and a least favourite, basically. So I'm going to give you 3 topics and we're going to go through them. I actually haven't answered many of these topics myself.
Okay.
Because normally it's like generic makeup, fashion. So we've got fashion, but some of these I can actually answer with you, which is exciting. So fashion, a pick and a neck.
Just
something,
any trend.
A fashion trend that you don't like and that you like. Okay.
Well, you know what? I've made it my New Year's resolution to try, which I will still give an answer because obviously I'm still going to have an answer. But I always used to be that person who was like, try and hate on trends.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'm like, oh, like, it's not that deep.
Okay.
Like I'm really trying this year to not like start hating on things as soon as like everybody starts wearing it, because it's just like, there's no need.
No.
Obviously, like, so despite saying that, I will say something.
Here we go. Can't wait.
But you know what? So I feel like recently there's been like a mass uptake of like bows. I don't know if you've seen.
I love them.
And I really like one bow, like a simple bow. But there's been like a few like TikToks I've seen where it's like people doing outfits of the days, and it's like bows in their hairs, bows on their bags, bows on their zips, bows on their, and I'm just like, okay, I feel like we've recognized as a society that bow is a nice motif. Like, we can add it to an outfit, but we don't need to like laden ourselves head to toe with bows. Yeah. So I'm not saying that I dislike bows. I'm saying I probably dislike the overuse of bows.
You spoke very well on that. Do you know what? Some people have been a lot more brutal, and I thought you was going to be the most. But I love this new you.
Especially when it comes to like fashion stuff and makeup stuff, I'm just like, it moves so fast now that it's like,
there's a new trend every week. So what's your favourite fashion trend?
Ooh.
Be nice.
Favourite fashion trend I like right now? Oh, because I'm wearing them. I really like Timberlands.
Oh, okay.
I feel like they'll be big.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people are already wearing them. I'm not saying that they're any. It's not anything revolutionary for me to say. Oh, also, one that I really like that I think a lot of people wear in 2024 is like studs. Studded hats, studded leather jackets, studded jeans, studded bralettes, studded boots.
You've got really good style, so maybe I should get some.
No, I feel like it's very like, we'll see like a lot of like the sort of, I don't know if you'll remember this, but there used to be like Topshop t-shirts which say like dork and geek. And I feel like even like, I feel like a lot of people are wearing like fake glasses again. It's very like 2013, 2014.
And I'm loving it.
And Devon Carlson, who I always am like, if it's on Devon Carlson, it's coming around soon. There used to be like this brand called Boy London, and all the like, it was like in 2013, like all the like I was too young for it, but I'd always used to look at like my older brother's friends, and they'd have like Boy London sweatshirts. I feel like so cool. She's just worn a Boy London skirt, so I'm like, we're getting back into like the obey snapbacks, like that kind of stuff.
Do you know what your fashion is like? Terminology is kind of messing with my head. I'm like, yeah, Boy London. I remember that when it comes in. I'll be like, Lewys told me that actually. Okay, so a pop culture moment. We're not that far into 2024, so let's do one from 2023. Okay. My favourite is the slam the door.
Yeah, that was good.
Hitting no.
Or even her whole like Sabrina Carpenter doing all her different nonsense outros.
That's a good one as well.
I would always make sure I was on TikTok to see like
Should
what the next one was.
Should we go watch her together?
I saw her at I went to go watch Blackpink, and she supported Blackpink, and she was really good.
Okay, so we're on a Sabrina Carpenter favourite. Least favourite, I can't even think.
My least favourite, maybe because I don't quite get it, and it's not my sort of, I guess this isn't so much of a moment, but like a trend that seems to be going on. Other boxing matches. I don't understand it. And do you know what? It's not that I don't understand it. What I dislike is so for example, when Jake Paul was like using like, he was like saying that Molly May had her baby before she had announced it as part of like the boxing beef.
Yeah, I just don't like that whole sort of like
culture of it. I'm like, I think most of it's for charity. I'm like, why can't we just turn up and fight? Like, why do we need to do all this like back and forth on Twitter? I just find it very like cringe. Yeah. And it's more the men that I find it cringe on, because I'm like, they think they're being so like and like rough, and I'm just like, no, it's really like the press conferences when they like go like head to head, like all that kind of stuff. I'm just like, it's a bit cringe.
Just fight.
Like that's what I mean. Like I don't actually have any beef with the like matches themselves, because like go
Respect
for it. Like it's a
as
sport.
well, like the 6-week camps they do. I mean, I had Tennessee on and she told me how much she did for it. I
Yeah.
was like, what? But it's all the whole
But
fake.
the whole like bravado behind it, I'm just like, oh, get a grip. Like, come on.
Okay, right. Your least favourite and favourite celebrity ever?
My least favourite celebrity ever is probably, it was probably gonna be Chris Brown.
Okay.
I've never liked Chris Brown. I personally, to me, a lot of people will like try and compare him to like the Beyoncés and the Rihannas, and it's like, but he's so talented. I'm like, there is no amount of like, there's no song he's released, there's no performance that I've seen of him that ever equates to like
Beyonce.
Or even like excusing his like horrible
Behaviour
past.
that he did, yeah.
And it's just continuous. So I'm just like, he will always be in the trash for me. I think my all-time favourite celebrity will always be Rihanna. I used to run a Rihanna fan page.
Did you?
I used to be the biggest Rihanna fan.
Okay, that kind of explains the whole Chris Brown as well, then even more.
Yeah. But my current favourite celebrity is Megan Thee Stallion.
I love her.
Yeah.
Do you know someone that I did love, but she's become a bit different? Doja Cat.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to her tour, but I don't think I do anymore.
Yeah, it's quite I feel like she's always been, so she before she like blew up, she was always like a bit quirky and alternative, and then I think after she blew up, she's like now desperately trying to get away from it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, she's still also going #1, like so I'm like, she's just got that, like she's just got that.
That was a
Yeah,
good song.
she's just got that thing about her that is like, no matter how hard she's tried, she's like got such like a star staying power that like she's not gonna be able to escape it.
Her music is insane, but
Yeah.
I just don't really like her anymore like I thought I did, but I don't think I do.
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know, she's just changed a lot. Someone that I do like, people hate her, but I love her.
Oh, who?
Swiftie. Little
Taylor Swift.
I think she's so cute.
Yes.
And I've really always loved her. And it would have been Little Mix because I used to love Little Mix.
Oh my God.
But I went to watch the Taylor's Eras tour.
Sorry, I'll go back there. The nicest celebrities I've ever met, Little Mix.
You've met Little
Yeah,
Mix?
they are by like a million miles the nicest celebrities I've ever met.
Really? Who was the nicest out of them? Jake?
They all were actually. There's
Really?
not even like, they were all really, really lovely.
I met them before, but it wasn't like, did you meet them as in like not as a fan?
Oh yeah, well I did like it was like something that never even came out, but it was like a sort of work thing.
Right, okay, I was going to say, because I went to their book signing when I was like
my
6.
God.
And I remember it so well. My sister had like these notes and it was around the whole house. It was like a little treasure hunt. And I was picking up like leaflets and it was like songs from them. And I was like, what is this? She went into the kitchen playing Little Mix and it said, you're meeting Little Mix on a balloon. And I was crying. Like I was like 7 or 8. And I was on my screen before I was like, oh my God. And I met them and I just literally burst out into tears. I was like, oh my God. They was my favourite growing up. I think they're really nice for like young girls and boys to grow up to as well. Do you know what I mean? Right, okay. People at home have asked us questions.
Okay.
So let's get on to that. Guys, if you are watching this or listening to this and you do want to get involved and ask us questions, please do at Charlize's private story on Instagram. You can DM us your questions. If you want them to be anonymous, you can just say. But yeah, we're going to try and mention as many of you guys as we can. And I've literally loved doing this. So yeah, please ask. Right, Ava says, who was the first influencer you ever met? I'm going to say this, but like as like a fangirly.
Yes.
Because I think that's quite
Yeah,
bold.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
met quite a few, but...
I'm trying to think if I ever went.
Didn't you meet James Charles?
Oh my God, no, I had the world's most embarrassing story about me, James Charles.
Can you tell me?
So it was at VidCon in America.
Did you go VidCon? That's always in my dream.
And it was, we were going into like the after party thing. And someone filmed it on front flash being like, Lewis, get a picture of James Charles, get a picture of James Charles. And I was literally like swatting the camera away. And like James Charles was literally like what the frick is going on behind me? And I was just like trying to like swat the camera out the person's hand.
So
that was my
just
version of meeting for James Charles.
Did you not say anything to him?
No, because I was just like, it was like that awkward thing where it was like, everyone used to call me the UK James Charles.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was just like, I have no idea if you have any
idea of
this, but like it's so embarrassing if you do, so I'd rather just not even like attempt.
Okay, right. That's really big flex to me though. So you've met James Charles, he's really big. Who was the first like massive that you can think of?
You know what? I actually think my first was when I signed to my first management. because I don't think my mum ever let me go to like any meetups growing up. And I signed to my management when I was 15, I think, maybe just turned 16.
Right.
And literally the week I signed, there was like the summer party like a week later. So I met like all my like favorite YouTubers growing up there. And there was like Zoella, all those lot. And I was just like, oh my God.
I remember I was like 6 and I met Zoella, but it was for my sister. Like she queued up in her book signing. And I was like, my mum was like, get a picture. I was like, oh, I don't know who she is. A year later, I was like, why didn't I get a picture with her? I did that with JLS as well. They tried to pick me up and I went, no, when I was like 3. And now I look back, I'm like, Marvin, we're friends.
Oh, no, wait. I actually met all the, I went to like a, it's called BeautyCon. There used to be like a similar thing.
I remember seeing this.
And it was all the like American ones were there, like Alicia Marie. And like, I can't even remember most of their names, but I was like, that was like a big deal for me.
Yeah, okay. So that was
the
your
first
influencer
I think I met.
Who was the first big one that I met? I mean, I went to all their meet and greets growing up. So I'd have to say like Saffron or something like that. I don't know. I don't really know. Trying to think. This year I met quite a lot. But I met Maya Jama this year and that was like the highlight of my life. She was in my box at the NTAs. And I was like,
so good.
I was like, I got to get a picture of her. Like, she's so fit in real life. I was like, I can't not.
I know.
So I'd say Maya Jam was like my fave that I've met this year. As in like first, she's not really an influencer though, is she? She's known for everything.
Yeah, she sort of does everything.
The next one is, Tilda asks, who is your biggest inspiration growing up?
Inspiration growing up? Ooh.
James Charles. Joking.
I don't know. You go first. Because I can't think.
I'm going to have to say my mum, aren't I?
Oh, that's nice.
My mum, my dad and my sisters.
That's a lovely answer. And I'll probably come up with like some celebrity that I've never met and I'll look like an awful person. I don't know. This just sounds really like ridiculous to say, but I feel like I sort of just like took bits from loads of different people. Like there was never one person growing up who I like was obsessed with and like I like wanted to do all the things that they did. I would like take bits from different people, like that kind of thing.
I like that. That's quite a nice answer. Not your brothers then.
No, not at all.
Okay, Leah says, did you ever get bullied for social media and how did you overcome that?
I didn't get bullied. I got teased, but like the extent of teasing, I was quite lucky because I had an older brother already in my school who had a lot of friends. So
you wouldn't.
It was a slight pass. But like people would come up to me and be like, because I was called Lookingforlewys, they'd be like, I found you. It was things like that. So like, it was never like intense, which I was very grateful for.
I did get bullied, but I think for me, I just kind of like found my true friends. And I think once you've kind of got like security, like you had your brother to kind of protect you. I think when you have security, you kind of forget about it in a way. So I think for me, I definitely kind of like learned to forget and I overcome it quite a lot, to be honest. I think, and when I left school, obviously, I completely overcome all of it. But we're coming on to the end of this show, but I want to ask you one more thing, and I think you already know what's coming. So, Lewis, what is your private story for people that might not know something about you that you're going to share for me? Because he hasn't told me previous, so I'm excited.
I wish I thought it was something more juicier now, but this is like the world's most tamest. You'll listen to this and be like, you must be the world's most boring person.
I know you're not. I've watched it at Airbnb. I'm joking. Go on.
So as I mentioned, I used to post singing videos. I was very into singing, but I also was a very big recorder player. And like the thing that you used to learn like hot cross buns on. Yeah. And I went all the way and I got a grade 8. Which is like the highest grade you can get.
You were such a star
on playing the recorder. And everyone is never like, I literally cannot, like, that's not, everyone I tell is like, surely there is no such thing as being able to do that. Like, surely like, you can't go to grade 8 on recorder, but I did it and I had to play 2 different types of recorder. It got very complex, very complicated.
God. Bring one out. I want to hear it. Can you still do it?
No, last time I did it was probably when I was like 17.
Oh my God.
Which is terrifying to think that I was 17 years old and still playing the recorder.
Wait, you were 17? I thought you were going to say that when you were like 6 or 7.
No, I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And I was just like, I would always used to be like, I should probably quit this, and then I just like never got round to quitting.
Talented guy.
I know.
I must say that's crazy.
It's quite a good party trick to pull out my sleeve.
Oh my God, yeah. Can you imagine if you're just at like a party and you just start whipping it out, like little dance with it as well? I can actually see you doing that.
That's terrifying that you can imagine that.
The things I've seen you do on YouTube, that is nothing. Like, that's tamed. But no, well done. That's really good. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Honestly,
that was so fun.
Lovely little catch up. I've literally really enjoyed this. Guys, thank you so much for listening to Ami Charlize's private story. This episode has been so much fun to film. Please make sure you're subscribed now on YouTube, as well as following us on Spotify or your podcast app of choice. And make sure to like, comment, and leave a review now. And make sure you're following me on all social media platforms, but especially DMing me your stories, questions, and dilemmas over on Instagram at Ami Charlize's private story. And make sure you're following me on TikTok and Snapchat. So thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.